Hey friends, Savannah here. Today we're sketching a bright and simple lemon in Procreate. This is perfect for beginners or anyone looking for a cheerful, creative break to their Friday. Quick heads up, the sketch you're about to see will look slightly different than what I posted on my socials this week, mainly because I lost part of the original video recording, so I recreated this sketch just for this tutorial. The process is the same and the steps are super easy to follow, but the final artwork will have its own fresh twist. As always, you can grab the template, color palette, and brush set down below to follow along. Let's get started. So you all know I love starting with a different color than just white background. So click on your layers, click that background layer, and go over to your color palettes. We're going to select this light grayish yellow orange color as the background, just to make it a little bit easier as we're adding in our lemon shape. Now we will create a new layer for this lemon. You want to click into the round brush. That's what I usually do for my outlines and for my shapes. And then you want to click that yellow color in that top left and just start outlining the shape of your lemon. Now you can turn the opacity down on your outline layer if you want. You don't have to, but it just makes it a little bit easier to see the outline as you're coloring it in. Now, as you are getting it to the shape that you like, remember we're going to go into our layers, click that alpha lock, and then we can start adding those details on top. Now for this one, I'm going to do the circle light brush to add in that lighter color. I'm going to have the light come in from that top left, so I want more lightness coming in, and so that's why I'm using that circle light brush instead of just the plain circle or the circle dark. Now I am switching over to circle dark for the orange layer because I'm adding shadows. As you know, with the lemon, it's rounded, and so on that right side, it's going to be in the shadow more. So we want to pull in more dark colors just to make it look more realistic. And we're just going to keep layering on different colors to add more depth, more highlights, more shadows into this lemon. You can stick with the color palette that I provided you. As you see here, I'm kind of switching between what's in the color palette, doing a little bit lighter color shades of what's there, a little darker shades of what's there. Just again, getting the feel of how I want this lemon to look, blending it out a little bit more, making it look a little bit more realistic. And of course, you can always color pick from the image itself. So how to do that? Again, you just hold your finger down on the color in the image that you want to select, let go, and it should grab that color for you. You can use that to blend it out. I typically do that as I'm blending these colors out. I will grab that in between shade, and that helps it blend even further between the two colors that you're using. So I'm not liking how light this lemon is looking, so I'm going to add in some darker brown tones to this. I want it to show a little bit more shadow on that right side, not be so bright. I want it to have that contrast. So I'm just going in. Feel free to play with these colors as much. If you want it lighter, that's fine. If you want to go even darker, feel free to do so. Again, this is your lemon, your interpretation. So however you want it to look, that is the way that you should go. I just prefer it to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to go back in and add some more dark to the shadow area. So now what I'm going to do is add a new layer, and I'm going to do clipping mask to the lemon below. So again, clipping mask is so that if you draw outside of the lemon, it's not going to show. It's going to be confined to that shape. And we're going to add some texture to this lemon. So as you know, lemons are not perfectly smooth. So we want to add a little bit of that textured bumpiness to the top of it. And so to do that, I'm just kind of tapping lighter colors and going out around the middle, just tapping the brush to get that little bit of bumpy edge, and then pulling in other colors, smoothing it out a little bit between blending it out, but still showing a little bit of bumpiness. So again, grab some colors. If you do lighter, go a little bit on the darker side, tap it in, and just kind of blend out from there. I'm starting to like the shape of this. It's looking more like a lemon to me. I like the color shading and I like the bumpiness of it. So I'm going to move on to the leaf layer. I want to make sure that I can see the outline, so I made sure to check that back in. And I'm just going to start outlining that leaf with the circle dark color. I wanted to start dark with this and add in those lighter colors. So pick that dark green, do circle dark if you want. You could do circle the regular one, or you could do light, really again, your preference. But I'm going to go in with circle dark and start outlining this leaf. Now that we are done with the shape of the leaf, select a lighter color. Make sure you alpha lock that layer so that you're not going outside of the lines, and just start filling in where you want that lighter color to come in. I'm going to do a little bit down below. I'll add some in different areas, but just start blending and adding different colors until you get the color contrast you want for this leaf. Now that I have the rough shapes and colors that I want, you're going to go in and use that circle blend brush and start blending those colors out. You can keep it a little more choppy if you want, if that's the style you're going for. I like it more blended, so I'm going to go start blending out some of these colors, just picking up those mid-tones, picking up the light tones and the darker tones, just to kind of make it blend a little bit better and really make it look realistic. now what we want to do is create a new layer. This is going to be for the shadow underneath the lemon. Select that dark brown color and make sure that you have your outline shown so that you can kind of follow along. If you want to do that, you can do it by hand. If you want, you definitely don't need to follow it, but it's there in case you need it. And we'll just start filling in with this darker color. Once we have that darker color filled in, select the brown color and just add in a little bit of that lighter color in as well. Now that we have this layer done, let's do a Gaussian blur on it. So go over to adjustments, click Gaussian blur, and then what you just do is click your screen and drag it to the right. You could do whatever percent you want. I usually hover around 7%, give or take, but you could go higher if you want. You can go lower if you want. Just depends on how much blurred you want. And now I'm just adding some depth to that background and picking up one of those lighter brown colors that we use for the shadow and just adding in with the square blend brush, just some more color depth. I'll pick up the lighter color as well and do a couple layers over until it looks about what I want it to look like for that background. And that's it. Our lemon sketch is complete. Even though this version turned out a little different than the original, I actually love how it came together. And I really hope you did too. If you want to follow along, remember I have those links listed down below in my description. You can get the template, color palette, and brush set down below. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out the rest of the Fruit Trio series. We've got cherries, we've got blueberries. Follow those along. They're waiting for you, but I'll see you in the next one.